Hey, true believers, Sanglantine here with another chapter of our live stream. This time it just starts out for some reason talking about Jewishness and ends up being about the Hebrew hammer. We talk about variant covers, and somebody from the comment section asks us how to start a YouTube channel. So we go off on that for a while. Either way, this is a great opportunity to see exactly how fun our live streams are so you don't miss the next one. Joined here with Chef Jack, we have Weaponized Nerd Rage, we have Nerd Wonder, we have Comics Division, and of course Captain Frugal. All of them do great YouTube channels, so check them out. And for us, we also have a Patreon and VIDME. Don't forget to head on over there and drop $1 into the till. Help us keep making videos like this. Either way, I hope you enjoy the chat. Kick back, relax, and enjoy. Asha, do you really want to get on this and kick Weaponized Nerd out? Let's get a poll from the comment section. See what they say. We'll get a popularity joke. Oh, he says, "Uh-oh, no, I was making a joke."
Or I could say I could always just stay in the comments if somebody wanted in.
Melissa Morg says, "What's wrong with her Jewishness?" I have offered you many, many times, by the way. Nothing is wrong with your Jewishness. It just isn't as focused as Mariasha's. Sorry. I have no freaking clue what I'm saying.
That's all right. I'm wound tighter than all you.
All right. Did y'all ever watch the movie The Hebrew Hammer?
Yes.
Love that movie. I want to, though.
It's silly.
The security thing is he walks into a room and they tell him to wait there and they raise the temperature slowly. And then the more he's complaining, Jewishness identified, and they let him in. Funny stuff.
I love that movie.
What's his name?
Yeah.
The actor who plays the hammer, he said that he took the role. He wasn't going to do it because it seemed like it was going to be just too stupid, and besides, it might be offensive to Jews. And he randomly opened the script, and his eyes fell on the line, Shabbat Shalom, motherfuckers, and he decided right then and there he was going to do this movie.
Yeah, that is one very funny film.
You know, the other one is...
my friends say I'm so Jewish that shekels pump through my veins. There you go. Funny story, Rich Johnston today actually creeped a Twitter conversation of mine out of left field with nobody he follows. It was like he has the words bleeding cool on a search bot. Maybe.
Wouldn't surprise me.
You could have
I'm actually kind of impressed. He's written 2 articles now that went after Marvel. I thought, you know.
Well, he's a narcissist in addition to a huge liar. And yes, Rich, I will stand by that.
My audience.
Wow. Wait, who lost the audience?
What?
What?
I just heard somebody say they lost their audience.
How did we lose the audience?
No. Somebody in here said
Did
that.
they lose
Okay,
the
never mind.
audio, perhaps?
Audio? Okay, well.
Oh, I think by saying that you applauded Rich Johnston for anything.
Oh, no.
He wrote
No,
he wrote 2 articles slamming the whole Legacy release. You know, the fact that the first issue sold okay, but nowhere near as much as they thought it would, and then the follow-ups didn't sell either.
And they're still coming out, aren't they? Like all the follow-ups.
With all the lenticular covers that just aren't as good.
Oh, I'm about
Can I
to
just about the lenticular covers really quick? Those things are horrible. You can't see both images.
Yeah, they are pretty bad.
They look stupid.
That's all we're hearing. It's horrible.
Meanwhile, DC shows off their lenticular covers, and they're good. And I'm just finishing up a video about. I'm starting a new video line where I just talk about covers, and I want to talk about these covers with these subtle hints in them, like especially with DC.
Could we go back to the days? Could we go back to the days where the cover was just a cover without a gimmick on it?
Not since the 90s. Okay, first of all, Man of Action. I love that. I like this comment. I want to read off here from Man of Action. Again, I'm really bad at doing this. He is. Shoot, I can't find it.
He is one of those mutts that is trying to stir the pot and keep a hand in the quote-unquote controversy.
Yeah, I think that he likes to play it both ways. He tries to be, what was that, Yojimbo?
Yeah.
Oh, and the
Jimbo.
second one, our Anya, if you are making corned beef, please, send some our way.
You do know, you do know I can make that at home, right? Just buy me the ingredients.
Yeah, and I know you're not going to right now, so I'll talk to Anya.
No, not right now.
Yeah.
I miss when
The
comic.
word chef is in my name for a reason, folks.
I figured that.
The Frugal?
I miss when you could look at the shelf and look at comic books, and the cover would actually give you an idea of what the book and the story was going to be about. I really miss
Right.
Yeah,
That is
that'd
very
be
true.
nice.
You know, on the
Something
topic
today.
of covers, on the topic of covers, the only gimmick I will ever, go for is what Metal is doing with the shiny covers. Those are beautiful.
Yeah, those are nice.
But they're really going for that feel because like it's supposed to be like 80s to 90s when metal was like really big and stuff. So it's like a very nostalgic kind of hype with them. And also, here's the thing about all the lenticular and special covers by DC, they cost the same as a regular cover because they know it doesn't matter. It's what's inside that counts. Literally, my shops are always asking me, do you want the variant cover or the regular? Meanwhile, Marvel is like, it's $16 for this terrible comics variant cover. But there's only like 300 of them made out in the universe. And it's like, yeah, and that's how many sales are going to go for this dang comic.
Just out of curiosity, are your comic shops giving away like the regular cover with the lenticular cover books going on, or is it just mine?
I just went to a new shop because my original one closed.
That's your there's one store I have here is doing it where if you buy the lenticular or any of the higher priced variants, because they don't charge cover price for variants. I got the Max Brooks cover for Legacy, and I love the cover so much I paid the $20 price tag. And they're like, okay, we'll give you the regular one for $1. Normally it'd be half off, but I'm a longtime customer, so they gave it to me half off.
Yeah,
But the other store is doing it where it's just, oh, you want the lenticular? Okay, we've got 3, so you're going to be paying us $30. And I'm like, here's my middle finger. Here's my other middle finger.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Of
Yep.
course, I'm so old school that for me the only proper special cover is those gatefold covers that Mad Magazine used to have. That's it. I don't want to. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. I don't need to have any other special covers.
What I think is funny is it used to be for a special issue, but now it seems like it's for.
One of my favorite. Oh, sorry.
No, keep going. It's okay.
I do own one old cover, one old variant from the 80s because one of my favorites, and I hunted this one down. It was at a comic book convention. I picked up Amazing Spider-Man, the Spider-Man Wedding, the variant cover where instead of it being Peter Parker in the spider suit with Mary Jane, it's instead him in it, like as Peter Parker in his groom attire with the family, like everybody that was gathered for the wedding.
I used to own that one. Yeah, I know exactly the book you're talking about. I used to own that one.
It's my favorite.
Well,
so yeah, I hunted that one down and I picked it up.
I was watching today. I was looking for because I don't have Netflix in my room. I was looking for maybe if YouTube had She Makes Comics or whatever that thing is that we're talking about.
Oh, that is going to be so funny.
No. Somebody already reviewed it.
Yeah, I know. It's always good to have different opinions. Yeah, Rebirth did. Yeah. But I was looking for it, and instead I found a Comic-Con panel where they're talking about women in comics. And now it's not just they talking about women who write or draw comics, but female characters. And somebody said something stuck with me because they said, well, unlike the man characters, we can't make them look helpless. So when we draw our covers, we can't make them look helpless. We can't make them look, we got to show them in strength. I'm like, that could possibly be why your books aren't selling as well when it's.
Well, do you remember that big controversy over?
Mind you, hold on, guys. Hold on. Wait. Now, it could be, of course, there's always exceptions to the rules. But when we see a cover and it looks like Batman absolutely cannot win the situation he's in, we want to know, wow, how are they going to get out of that? But if you don't draw the female in peril, you know, okay, we know they're going to be okay. And obviously, you know, on an intellectual level, we know they're all going to be okay. But what he was getting at is because if you put a woman in that situation, then you automatically think she has to have somebody else to save her. And I'm wondering, you're projecting that.
Sounds like he's more sexist than anybody else in that.
Yeah,
world.
that's worse than that,
that's
though.
one of those things.
Because this is the thing. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, remember the whole controversy with X-Men Apocalypse, where you had Apocalypse choking Mystique, and everybody flipped out over like domestic abuse. And it's like, this is different, guys. This is a superhero versus a supervillain, and even the superhero is allowed to see. You're allowed to see weakness from them, because that's what makes them cool. Is because they overcome that weakness or that issue that they're dealing with.
It's like that one, the Batman or Batgirl cover, excuse me, with the Joker. I was saying that doesn't. I want to read that book because, of course,
it's
one thing frightening for the new reader, and it's frightening for us as well. But it also is a bit of nostalgia because it goes back to the Killing Joke and reminds us of how awesome.
But
you guys are forgetting
the most restricted to comic books, though. It isn't. It's not a phenomenon that's. I mean, you look at.
Obviously, you just mentioned the movie.
Well, yeah, but no, I don't even mean just superheroes. Is what I mean. I mean, you look at. You know, you look at some of these cop shows where you got a female detective, and you get into a confrontation with a criminal, and the criminal will go after the male partner and beat his ass into the dirt, and then he'll turn to the woman, and does he hit her? Of course not. Does he use physical force to stop her and put her down, which he should be able to? Of course not. Why? Because you can't have the criminal beating down the woman on TV.
Nerd Wonder?
All right. So this is, here's for starters. What we can recall is that there was a cover that sold millions for even though their heroine was always in helpless peril, it made billions. It was Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman specifically on all her covers originally to appeal to boys, where they always showed her trapped or chained up so people would want to know how she escaped. She never needed a dude to help her out. And in fact, also, he specifically tied her up because he knew the kink factor would work.
Right. A lot of people are saying it was
the kink factor had a lot more to do with it than
check out the movie Marsden and the Wonder Woman. That's a true story, or at least true-ish. Jewish Truish. We kind of make it a circle. We got a question. Bobson is asking, I would love to start a comic channel. How should I get into it and start it? Sorry for my English, and also sorry if this was asked before. First of all, the first thing you should do is start a comic book channel. That is the first thing you should do.
Just do it.
Find something to talk about.
Second, my piece of advice would be, if you're going to do comic book reviews, do not call them comic book reviews. Make sure that your thumbnail fills the entire screen and looks dynamic. You are not the point of interest. That's the point. No, and that goes for the people here. I love them all. I think everybody should check out every bit. And even with me, nobody knows Englentine, but they know Batman. You know, so make sure that's the focus. And you want to title it, clickbait works, but don't lie. Unless
I'm taking notes here.
So. Yeah.
The other piece of advice is the piece of advice that I got is you have to have something that you do that's unique, and that's something that I found is
that was what I was going to get to.
A lot of people, you know, I started doing the voice thing, like Englentine, just, you know, doing it once or twice here and there, and then people started liking it, so I do the voice things a little more, and you know, so you gotta have something that sets you apart from diversity in comics and Englentine and Captain Cummings and all of them.
Yeah. I actually have dropped people. At first, I'd shared them. I was like, "Hey, check this person out," and then I watched some videos and video after video. Oh, well, diversity in comics says this. Captain Cummings says this. Englentine says this. If you're telling everybody about our videos, why do they need to go to yours? So make sure that you have your voice. That's the most important. You find your voice. That's it. Okay.
Well, I know why they go to theirs, because they're better than mine.
I keep getting told, I keep getting
In all
told by
honesty,
people that I have the best review style of anybody, and I'm like, I just talk. That's all. I just talk.
What I would wonder is, okay, the thing is, you come off to me like Captain Frugal. Captain Frugal says everybody loves me, but nobody subscribes.
Yeah.
we get a lot of comments saying, "Wow, I really love Chef Jack. I really love Chef Jack." If you look at a lot of our lower viewed videos are the ones that it does.
There was some movie, I don't think I watched it. I think it was a Good Luck Chuck or something like that. It was the guy every time he slept with somebody they got married or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm like that. And every time I talk to somebody, they get subscribers.
There you go. That's why I keep you around, man. Every time I keep you around, so it just keeps going up.
I mean, seriously, I don't know what's going on. I do these videos. People go, "Oh man, I love your videos. I love your videos. I love your videos," and I'm like, 300 views.
And for this crowd, I'll tell you straight up, and
300's a lot for me.
Yeah,
everybody here is definitely worth it. Guys,
people.
I'm trying to pimp out your video channels. Come on, everybody
Hi there,
here is
Doug.
definitely worth watching.
Doug, yay!
Davis. But everybody here is definitely worth watching. But whenever if you're going to make your own comic book channel, you have to find your own voice. That's possibly the best piece of advice.
Yeah, I say be honest, just be you, because otherwise people are going to see through it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I come on with a mask, for crying out loud. I get that, but
that's awesome though, man. That totally sets you apart.
Yeah.
That is correct, Doug. Shouting out is good. If you say, "Hey, definitely," like I just did it. Check out everybody here. But if you're giving their opinion, that's when you cross over.
Right.
You want to make sure it's your opinion. Okay. Wow. I just shut down the room.
I just wanted
I just like listening.
Diversity. That was my goal. Do a better review than diversity. I think I've accomplished that.
There you go. Well,
and also you're the only person out there doing the history videos. I mean, still my favorite video from Chef Jack was still the Jack Kirby month, Kirby Stanley history ones. Especially when you did the video about the Kirby versus Lee debate that comic fans love to have in the you even went so far to go ahead and throw Ditko into that a little bit. Most people don't even talk about Ditko when they talk about the equation of those two.
I told him that too. We were talking about it, and I said you have to throw in the feud. You have to. That's got it, because there's basically 3 periods of Jack Kirby: the Marvel, the DC, Golden Age, Marvel, Silver Age, and then DC. But then I thought, no, you have to make the Stan Lee Jack Kirby feud its own animal.
My primary goal with that video, though, was that I wanted to make it clear that I wasn't going to be one of these guys who was like, well, it seems to be you can either support Kirby or you can support Lee. But I think both of them have a place in the history of comics.
Yeah.
And they've both earned them.
Absolutely.
So I was going to talk about the fight and talk about what went wrong, but I wasn't going to say this one was right, this one is wrong, because they both have a place, and I think it's an equal place.
Yeah. We were just asked, why does Diversity in Comics hate DC Metal? I think it's because he doesn't agree with some of the writing. In my favorite book, I heard that was my favorite book is so far, and I heard he thought that Batman's switch to being evil went too quickly. I don't disagree, because I think it happened right as his parents were killed. He got the ring, so that was when he was at his
worst,
most emotional,
at the darkest moment, which corrupted him. It's a perfect what if, and I think it's so fitting. It was so compelling.
It's a what if otherwise.
Let me ask you guys. May I ask, people in the chat as well, have you ever had a very close loved one get, in some kind of bad, position, maybe not death, hopefully, but maybe threatened or something? And what was your response? How did you react? From my perspective, I'm a very calm, normal guy. But I had a guy in the past put his hands on my mother years ago, and I broke that guy through a wooden door and pushed and threw him down a set of steps.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a difference when what happens when somebody you have a really truly care about and that protection instinct, because that wasn't me at all normally.
Wasn't that also this was kind of established into the series of Batman that it's sometimes referenced into there that Dick Grayson pretty much almost went to go kill the guys that killed his parents.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And they did that amazingly in the animated series with the episodes Robin's Reckoning, which were nominated for an Academy level award.
So
you got to think also that Dawnbreaker around with the absolute power corrupting absolutely, and here is a kid who was already unhinged, and he is given absolute power
to end.
So I do disagree with him on that. That's what I heard. He didn't like about it. I don't watch too many reviews.
That was creepy.
I like to watch topic videos, but when you're doing reviews, I don't know about everybody else, but I try to stay away from review videos until after I do my own.
Same here.
To be honest,
I
haven't watched any of Diversity's comics videos on metal, so I can't really talk.
Don't bother. Like, I mean, I watch him once in a while, just not into him. I mean, I like his stuff when he actually is talking about something he likes, but all the stuff he hates is just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, I stopped watching his videos a lot as well.
Oh, wow.
As far as what I think about why he doesn't like it, I think it's because, a lot of the times he just wants to roast it because he knows that the roast videos get more views. But as far as Bruce becoming evil, I got the impression that this was, there's two sides to this. I got the impression that this wasn't happening in the course of weeks. It's almost seemed like you were watching him grow up as he was going through this. He looked a little taller. He looked a little older. So this was not to mention the ring came to him at the worst possible time when he still had the chance to do that. Because think about it, okay? Everybody loved The Dark Knight from Christopher Nolan, okay? And what did Bruce Wayne do when he was put in the same room with Joe Chill? He tried to kill him. If you take that kid who still has all that anger 5 minutes after he just watched his family get gunned down and you hand him the most powerful weapon in the universe, you bet your ass he's going to kill somebody.
That's why I'm always saying, that's why I thought the Dick Grayson cartoon is just kind of a good example, because another thing was that he stated in another cartoon or whatever, they said, why do you teach him to be like you? And he goes, I'm not teaching him to be like me. I'm teaching him to not be me. He was teaching to let go.
If I were a rich man,